This is the Shure SM57. You have one, I have one, your grandma has one, there's probably one stuck under your couch cushion right now. This mic is everywhere, and it's been an industry standard for recording guitars and snares for decades. But does that mean it's the best option? Today we're putting it up against another classic dynamic mic from Shure, the Beta57a, to see who comes out on top. So let's check these mics out on snare drum. By the way, I've got chapter markers down below if you want to skip ahead to the guitar sections. First, we'll listen to each mic completely raw with no processing at all. And now let's hear them with processing to get them a little bit closer to how you'd actually use them in a mix. I didn't want to go too crazy, especially with the EQ, since ultimately you'd EQ these mics differently. So I just gave them both a nice top end boost and cut out a little bit of ring in the lower mid range. Then I ran them into the Kive Audio X Stressor for a bit of compression. So I was actually pretty surprised here. Despite having a super cardioid pickup pattern, the Beta57a actually seemed to pick up more hi-hat bleed. I tried moving the mics around a bit to find the spot where the Beta57 rejected the most hi-hat, but in every single position, the standard 57 seemed to have less bleed and more pleasant sounding bleed. I also definitely preferred the sound of the SM57 in this test, but it could just be because that's what I've been using like 99% of the time for the last 12 or 13 years, so I'm just used to the way it sounds. But I'd be really curious to know what you think. Which one did you prefer? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you're digging this comparison, my whole channel is dedicated to helping people make awesome recordings, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. But anyway, let's move on to guitars. First, let's compare these mics with an edge of breakup kind of sound, and then we'll do the same for some heavier, distorted, pop punk as heck tones. For the clean sound, this is a Tele running into a Nobels ODR1 overdrive into a Fender Deluxe Reverb. We'll listen to them in solo, and then we'll drop them into the mix with bass and drums. Now let's do the same for some pop punk tones. This is a Gibson Les Paul plugged into a Mesa single rectifier going into a Vox 412 cab with vintage 30s in it. And once again, for my taste, the SM57 just sounds right. But what do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious to see what other people think. And if you want to see more mic shootouts, be sure to check out this playlist. Oh, and a huge shout out to my pal Curran for playing guitar on these clips. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.